In the year Hanli turned 3190, having reached the Great Ascension stage, he used a powerful divine ability to descend to the mortal realm from the spirit realm. This was his first and only return to the mortal realm since ascending to the spirit realm around the age of 1000. More than 2000 years had passed since his departure. The mortal realm had undergone tremendous changes, and everything was different. During this descent, Hanli primarily did 4 things. First, his most direct purpose was to go to the fallen demon valley to retrieve the Arctic Yuan crystal, which he had been unable to collect years ago, to refine the Arctic Yuan mountain within the 5 extreme mountains of Yuanha. Second, he made a special trip to the Star Palace in the chaotic Star Sea to meet Ling Yuling, who had become its master. He inquired about the Falling Cloud sect, Yellow Maple Valley, and other sects and old acquaintances with whom he had deep connections, and also informed her of a safe path to the spirit realm. Thirdly, upon returning to his hometown of Wulonghai, he casually mentored Han Ming, the only member of the Han family with spiritual roots, helping him join the Luoyan sect and ensuring the Han family's bloodline remained intact in the cultivation world. Fourthly, while passing through the Great Jin dynasty, he casually struck Kunwa Mountain into the void, leaving only a bottomless crater. The first 3 actions, whether for cultivation needs, out of nostalgia, or for bloodline inheritance, are easily understood. But why did Hanli specifically target Kunwa Mountain, completely erasing it? The reason lies in a long-buried event from thousands of years ago, and a secret concerning the very foundation of human cultivation civilization. Kunwa Mountain was once the legendary premier celestial holy land in the human realm. In ancient times, this mountain gathered the spiritual energy of heaven and earth, a blessed land coveted by countless cultivators. Legend has it that at its peak, Kunwa Mountain housed tens of thousands of high-level cultivators who carved out caves and cultivated the great Tao within its slopes. At that time, Kunwa Mountain was considered the pinnacle of human cultivation civilization. However, this sacred mountain later mysteriously vanished from the world. Some say it was taken to the spirit realm by ancient powerful beings using their divine abilities, while others say it sank into the underworld during ancient cultivator battles. However, Kunwa Mountain never truly left. In ancient times, ancient demons invaded the human realm, a catastrophe that nearly destroyed human cultivation civilization. A wisp of the soul of the demon realm's Yuan Sha saint ancestor was one of the 3 leaders of the ancient demon invasion. Countless human cultivators died at her hands, a scene of utter carnage and devastation. Human cultivators fought desperately but suffered repeated defeats. Demon beings from the spirit realm to aid them, barely managing to suppress the ancient demon. A wisp of the Yuan Sha saint ancestor's soul was sealed within Mount Kunwa. To prevent the demonic energy from leaking out and to solidify the seal, ancient cultivators used their immense power to conceal Mount Kunwa from the world, making it a legend. Time passed, and by the time Hanli reached the mid-nascent soul stage, the Yi family of the Great Jin dynasty, seeking the legendary heaven-reaching treasure within Mount Kunwa, spared no expense, forcibly breaking the seal. That battle was the most brutal struggle for a secret realm in modern human history. Of the dozens of nascent soul cultivators who entered the mountain, only a handful emerged alive. Hanli, through his caution and wisdom, not only escaped unscathed but also gained a wealth of treasures, including the 8th spirit ruler, the Black Wind Banner, the spirit communicating fire cauldron, fire spirit silk, and the Taiyin true fire. He also obtained data on the spatial node leading to the spirit realm. These gains were crucial for him, who was still in the nascent soul stage at the time, in both improving his strength and his subsequent cultivation. Since then, Hanli has never set foot on Kunwa Mountain again. Until today, when he descended to the mortal realm with a split soul of a Mahayana venerable, he passed through this place once more. Although Hanli is now only a split soul, his cultivation suppressed at the peak of the nascent soul stage, his vision and knowledge are vastly different from before. He stands high in the sky, overlooking this ancient spiritual mountain that once stirred up bloodshed, his gaze piercing through layers of restrictions, seeing everything within the mountain. Nearly 3,000 years have passed, and no treasures remain in Kunwa Mountain. However, the commotion caused by that incident was too great. Afterwards, the major sects joined forces, setting up numerous restrictions outside the mountain and assigning disciples to guard it in shifts, designing it a forbidden area and strictly prohibiting unauthorized entry. At this moment, several teams of cultivators dressed in various sect robes patrolled the area outside the mountain, maintaining strict vigilance. Han Li gazed at this scene, involuntarily recalling his near-death experience here years ago, the cultivators who perished in the struggle for treasures, and the fear and helplessness that nascent soul cultivators like Xiang Zhili felt towards this mountain. Things had changed, the world had transformed. Most of the nascent soul cultivators who fought here back then had turned to dust, while he himself stood at the pinnacle of the Mahayana stage, about to step into the immortal realm. After a moment of silence, Han Li suddenly raised his hand. In the void, a gigantic hand, 1,000 feet long, materialized out of thin air, blotting out the sun, and pressed down on Kunwa Mountain. With a deafening roar, the entire Kunwa Mountain, along with its layers of restrictions, was slammed into the void by a single palm strike, vanishing without a trace. Only a bottomless crater remained, leaving the patrolling cultivators utterly horrified, unable to even catch a glimpse of the attacker. In the original story, it wasn't explicitly stated why Han Li slammed Kunwa Mountain into nothingness. He casually remarked, "Since Kunwa Mountain is no longer what it used to be, there's no need for it to remain here. I'll send you back to the void." This seemingly casual action, upon closer examination, carries profound meaning. To understand this, one must trace back to the truth of the ancient demon invasion. Back then, the ancient demons invaded the human realm through spatial channels, bringing not only carnage but also the unique true demonic energy of the ancient demon realm. This true demonic energy differs from ordinary demonic energy. It is the fundamental demonic essence of the ancient demon realm, possessing extremely strong corrosive and transformative abilities. It can corrupt the spiritual veins and energy of the human realm, continuously transforming spiritual energy into demonic energy, thus gradually demonizing the human realm and making it more suitable for the survival and conquest of ancient demons. Even more troublesome is that true demonic energy is extremely difficult to completely purify in the human realm. Even a trace of it can corrupt the mind of an ordinary cultivator, leading to demonic possession. Even ancient powerful beings could not directly eliminate it, but could only use pure spiritual energy to gradually cleanse and slowly erode it. Kunwa Mountain, as the foremost immortal mountain in the human realm, possesses the most abundant spiritual energy, naturally becoming the best choice for ancient cultivators to suppress true demonic energy. They sealed the true demonic energy within the mountain, using the mountain's spiritual energy to slowly wear it down over countless years. When Han Li entered Kunwa Mountain, the spiritual energy within was much thinner than in ancient times, and some of the true demonic energy had been worn away, but it was still far from being completely eliminated. According to Xiang Zhili, given the concentration of spiritual energy and the cultivation levels of cultivators in the human realm at that time, it would take at least 1,000,000 years to completely purify the true demonic energy in Kunwa Mountain. Xiang Zhili himself was at the peak of the early nascent soul stage, standing at the pinnacle of the human realm at that time, yet he was powerless to do anything about it. If even the 3 elders of Kunwa, who were at the late nascent soul stage in ancient times, couldn't solve this problem, how could he? Even Linglong, who descended from the spirit realm, only said that the spirit realm might have a way to completely eliminate the true demonic energy, but in the human realm, it was extremely difficult. Ultimately, all Xiang Zhili could do was contact the major sects to reseal Kunwa Mountain, designating it a forbidden area, leaving it for future generations to find a solution. And now, thousands of years later, Kunwa Mountain is still surrounded by heavy restrictions, and cultivators still take turns guarding it. This in itself demonstrates that the problem of the true demonic energy remains unresolved. If the true demonic energy has been cleared away, what is there to guard in an empty mountain whose treasures have long been looted, anyone from accidentally entering, and more importantly, to prevent the seal from weakening? As long as the true demonic energy exists, it will continuously erode and consume the spiritual energy of the human realm. And Han Li's generation can only risk their lives to sneak across through perilous spatial nodes. Countless brilliant talents have silently perished in the spatial turbulence. Han Li's palm strike slammed Kunwa Mountain, along with its true demonic energy, into the void, effectively resolving this hidden danger that has plagued the human realm for tens of thousands of years. The true demonic energy was banished to the void, no longer able to consume the spiritual energy of the human realm. Given time, the spiritual energy of the human realm will slowly recover, though this process may take tens of thousands of years or even longer. At least future generations have hope. When the spiritual energy recovers to a certain level, human cultivators can normally cultivate to the late nascent soul stage, and then normally ascend to the spirit realm, no longer needing to gamble their lives on those life or death spatial nodes like Hanli and his companions. Although not explicitly stated in the book, this is undoubtedly the most reasonable explanation based on the overall logic. Otherwise, given Hanli's character, even if he lamented the changes of the past, he wouldn't have attacked an empty mountain without reason. This seemingly casual strike was actually removing a hidden tumor from the human realm, opening a smooth path to the spirit realm for human cultivators. For Hanli, this was merely a simple matter. As a Mahayana cultivator, even as a wisp of his soul, he could shatter a mountain with a single palm strike. But for the human realm, this was a meritorious act that would benefit countless generations. Of course, this is just a logically deduced explanation. The original text does not explicitly state that Hanli took action to eliminate the true demonic energy. However, given Hanli's consistent style of doing things, why would he waste his energy photographing an empty mountain that has nothing to do with him without sufficient reason?